Hello everybody! I'd like to talk today about what to do if you slip. The fact is that Phase 1 and Phase 2 are very rigorous programs. It's only 12 weeks, but 12 weeks can seem like a long commitment if we're completely changing the way that we're living our lives. For some people, they go through it no problem, they just make that commitment and off they go. But for most people, there are some challenges, and sometimes that does mean a slip in what we're eating. So I'd like to make a few suggestions. First off, if you do slip with what you're eating, recognize it immediately. Say, wow, that lunch, that was a really bad choice. And don't decide to give yourself the rest of the day off the plan and get back on tomorrow. The key is to get right back on plan right now, in that minute. So you also want to forgive yourself for the slip, because people tend to be really hard on themselves when they slip, and I just would love to give you a great big hug if you're feeling that way, because the fact is that we're human, we slip, and we're often much more critical of ourselves than we would ever be to somebody that we care about. So give yourself that love and say, you know what, I slipped, it wasn't what I wanted to do, but it happened. Give yourself a hug and just move on. Please don't spend the rest of the day beating yourself up about it, because I wouldn't do that to you, and I really don't want you to either. Now, another important part of a slip is recognizing why you slipped. If it was emotional eating, try and see what the trigger was. You know, were you lonely? Were you sad? Were you angry at something or someone? Recognizing what that trigger is can help you avert it next time through. Sometimes it's unconscious eating. Maybe you're in the car and somebody hands you something and you just eat it without even thinking about it. We've all done it. And, you know, it happens. But recognizing it next time might mean that somebody hands you something and you look at what's in your hand before it gets to your mouth and say, oh, this isn't part of my plan for today, and you can hand it right back to them. So just recognizing those triggers or those situations will help you make long-term changes. And that's really what this is all about, is just learning a new way of living that works for you. So recognize the slip, get right back on track, think about how the slip happened and make a plan for next time. Don't beat yourself up. Be as kind to yourself as I would be to you, because I care about you very, very much. You mean a lot to me.